it's Kylie from KyliePlusOne here. Um, I was not able to do a pregnancy update weekly video last week. I had so much stuff on my plate to do. And of course, I'm touching my hair again, like always. But, so that's what I'm going to do today. And it's like Friday, but I don't care. I'm going to do it. So, I had a crazy week. So the last video I posted up was a week 22 video. So I need to tell you guys what happened all of week 23. So I told you guys I was going to be going to the doctor's office that Wednesday. I did go to the doctor's office that Wednesday. And when I went to your office, I was having like these pains like in my side. And I had no idea what they were like from. So it was so bad. At the morning of my doctor's appointment, I was trying to get up and go, like, get ready and get around, and I could not, like, get up or move because, like, it had hurt so bad. So, like, whenever I got there to her doctor's office, I, like, went ahead and I let her know about it, and she was, like, okay. And then she started asking me these questions, like, is your, like, stomach tightening up? And I was like, yeah, like, yeah, it is, like, it is. And I told her about, like, the nausea and about, like, how it was, like, going away and then it'd come back, like, a couple minutes later. And it was, like, excruciating. Like, I couldn't move. Like, it took my breath away. Like, it was the worst pain. And I've, like, had a lot of pain, okay? Like, I had a fallopian tube burst open, okay? Like, I've felt pain before. But it was a different type of pain, but it hurt so bad. And so she was like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and send you over to the ER, and they're going to send you up to labor and delivery, and they're just going to kind of check you out. You shouldn't be there for very long. I'm thinking I'm going to be there for about 30 or an hour. Okay, 30 minutes to an hour. Okay, so I'm fine with that. So she sends me up to the ER. So I get into the ER, and the ER is like, we can't send you up there. Like, you're going to have to go through registration. So I go down to registration, and registration was like, you need to go to the ER. We can't, like, do that. Like, you don't have a doctor's order. Like, because she sent the doctor's order, like, through the ER. So she had, like, already called over there, like the doctor had. But registration was like, I'm not, like, we can't do that. Like, she'll have to go to the ER. And if I went through the ER, my insurance would have covered it. If I wouldn't have went through registration, I would have had to pay for it. So I go all the way back to the ER. They send me back down to registration. So I'm, like, getting frustrated at this point because, like, I don't feel well, okay? Like, it is 8 o'clock in the morning, okay? Like, my stomach is, like, hurting, okay? So I was like, I don't want to play this, like, stupid tag game, okay, where I have to go back and forth. So they finally sent me back down to the ER, and the ER was like, okay, fine, then we'll get you in. But all of their computers were down. So we had to do everything by hand, and I was like, dear goodness, like, this is crazy. So they finally get me back, like, into the ER. And they go ahead and they, like, check my vital signs and everything. And finally, they're like, okay, well, we're going to send you out to labor and delivery now. So this really, really cute nurse, like, she was so pretty. She sends me, like, she walks me up to labor and delivery. Labor and delivery is like, okay, we're going to put you back in, like, a labor room. Okay, like, you know, like those, like, rooms that you get put in, like, whenever you're, like, going into labor. So they put me in there, and they hooked me up to, like, these, like, heartbeat things so they can, like, hear her heartbeat. It was so cool. Like, it was so funny because, like, one of the nurses could not get her to stay still. Like, she would move, like, turn over, and she would, like, she was not being compliant with things. Of course, my child wouldn't be, though. So we're struggling to do that, but we finally get it in there, and she hands me the remote, and she's like, here you go, like, you know, like, watch the TV because you might be in here for a little bit, so it's okay. So I'm, like, there, and all of a sudden, 30 minutes turns to an hour. I'm fine with that. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning now. And I don't even start paying attention to the time anymore at that point. Next time I looked at the clock, it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, oh my God, like, wow. And they had drawn some blood, you know, and whenever you go back there, like, you can't just sit in your clothes. Like, they're like, you need to take, like, everything off and put on a gown. So I was sitting there in a gown, and I'm uncomfortable because I don't like gowns. Like, don't get me wrong, like, whenever I go into labor, I plan on wearing my own gown. I don't want to wear the hospital's gown. I don't. Like, people have died in that. Like, I don't want to wear that. So, and I want to feel comfortable. So I'm, like, in this gown. I'm uncomfortable. I'm, like, hooked up to all these wires and stuff. And, like, they're like, draw my blood, and they're like, we're waiting for your test results. Well, then the doors are open because there's like not many people back here. Like, this isn't like a city, okay? Like, this is like how do you explain? Like, it's a city, but it's like not a big city. Like, it's like a little bit bigger than a college town. Like, this isn't like Oklahoma City or Ardmore or Tulsa or anything like that, okay? Like, if you're from Oklahoma, you know what I mean. Like, this isn't like that. Like, this is like, I don't know. I've never been to Stillwater, but this is kind of like El Reno. It's bigger than Weatherford, so it's like kind of like that, way bigger than Okmulgee. Like, if you're from Oklahoma, you totally know what I mean. So this is like a big town, but it's like not a city, but it's called Elk City. So, well, now you guys know. Okay, so, anyways, so this woman, like, the doors are open because there's like not many people. I think I was like the only person back there at this point. Well, then this girl comes in and she's in a wheelchair, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, somebody else is back here. Like, not cool, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't really pay much attention because I don't really care. Okay, I'm a nosy person, but I'm not nosy at this moment. Okay, so I'm like watching my TV, which was Law and Order, SVU. Yeah, if you're a fan, yeah, so am I. So, anyways, she comes like in, and she like her husband or somebody's pushing her, some male, and like, I don't even care. I'm not really paying attention. Like, nobody shuts the door or nothing, so, like, whatever. Well, all of a sudden, like, these nurses start running. And they're like, help me get her into the bed. And I was like, I'm like, they're not telling me, like, they're telling each other this. Like, I can hear them out in the hallway, like, kind of, like, talking really loudly. And so, like, they're giving orders, but I really wasn't caring at this point. Well, then my remote, like, changes it. Like, their, like, little volume, like, in order for you to hear your TV, it's like on the little remote thing. So it falls onto the floor, and I'm like, the fuck? Like, I can't bend down and get this. Like, I'm attached to all these wires. Like, I can't bend down and get it. So I'm like switching over, and I've got my leg, and I got this like leg, my right leg is like up in the air, and I'm trying to get it off the like bed, and I don't want to like call the nurse because they're busy, okay? So I'm like, I'm gonna do this myself. Okay, engineering. So I get my foot, like, down into the bed, like, down onto the floor, and I'm trying to scoot this, like, thing. And so I end up, like, getting the remote back on the bed by using my toes, because monkey girl over here, okay? Well, as I'm doing that, the heartbeat thing for her heart, like, the heartbeat monitor and, like, contraction paper, you know what I'm talking about? If you've ever had a baby, you totally know what I'm talking about. Like, it's, like, on this, like, little bedside table thing. Computer weird looking, I don't know, it's just on the side of the bed, like, not on the side of the bed, but on a table beside the bed. Anyways, like, the monitor on it just starts going off, and I'm like, somebody get that turned off. Like, it's annoying me. Like, I was like, it was annoying me. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't want to call a nurse. Like, surely they can hear it, like, this is fucking loud. Okay, so I'm like waiting for a nurse to come in here, but this woman that had came in is like, finally, like, they get her in the bed, I assume. Like, I can't see her, she can't see me. Well, her son is screaming, okay? Like, I assume it's her son, okay? I don't know, it's some 2-year-old little boy. I was like, and I couldn't be mad because he's a kid, and I'm about to have a kid, so I better get used to it real quickly. So he's screaming bloody murder, okay? And I'm like, good Lord. Like, my gosh. And so this guy, he takes, like, the kid, and he leaves. Well, then she starts screaming bloody murder, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, between my alarm, like the bed alarm, it's just going off. It's a blaring. I've got her screaming. I've got a little boy screaming. They finally take the little boy, they're leaving, so you can still hear him screaming down the hallway. Like, this is not a very, very big corridor, okay? And they take him down to the waiting room, and you can still hear him screaming because little kids, they're like fucking sirens. You can hear him like miles away. And freaking, she's screaming. Long story short, she gave birth in the room right across from mine, and I was there for it all. Like, I didn't see anything, but I could hear it, and it did not sound pleasant. Like, I don't remember ever seeing a doctor ever walking down the hallway. So I assumed these nurses had to do it by themselves, and it just made me, like, realize, like, there's no way that she came in because she was in there for, like, less than 5 minutes. Like, from the time she walked in, they had her up in that bed. Like, she was probably there for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then she gave birth. And I wasn't sure she was giving birth. I thought maybe she's just having contractions or something, because, like, I don't know, I've never had a kid before. So I don't know. I'm just assuming at this point. Well, then, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of getting nosy at this point, because I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is loud, you know? But then all of a sudden I hear this baby start crying. I'm like, they did not walk in with the baby, okay? They did not walk in with the baby. And all of a sudden you hear, congratulations. Like, you know, these like nurses like, congratulations. And I was like, oh no, like, I don't want to do this now. Like, basically it made me reevaluate my whole pregnancy thing. And I was like, she did not sound like she was having fun, and I'm pretty sure she did not have an epidural because she was not there long enough to have an epidural. Like, I've watched Teen Mom, okay, and 16 are pregnant. Like, they're there for a while before they give birth, okay? So, me, I'm like, yeah, like, I don't know how I feel about this, you know? So, basically, that happened, but long story short, they found out, like, after, like, it was, like, 1 o'clock. I was there for, like, 4 hours. I was so frustrated at this point because I was hungry. I lived 30 minutes, like, not even like 30 minutes away. I live like an hour away, like 45 minutes, okay? So I was like, I gotta drive 45 minutes home. I'm like so hungry. I'm dying of thirst. I don't have any money on me, so it's not like I can stop somewhere and eat, okay? Because Kyle has all the money on him, and he didn't get to come with me to the doctor's appointment because he was working. So I'm so frustrated at this point. And, let me shut. Well, so I was like so frustrated, but finally they realized, they're like, okay, well, like, you're not having a bladder issue, like, it's nothing like that, but you have a really, really bad UTI, and it's what's causing that pain. And then on top of that, like, whenever I had my right fallopian tube and right ovary removed, you know, they had to cut into my stomach in multiple places because the cyst had like exploded. So they basically were like, you have all this scar tissue in your stomach and it's stretching. And on top of that, like, your uterus is super, super small and it's stretching. And so on top of that, you have a UTI, which is causing like the worst type of pain for you because I don't know, like, I was just, and I thought I was having contractions. Like, I really did. Like, I thought they were just Braxton Hicks contractions. And I told the doctor, I was like, I'm not really too worried about it because if it's just Braxton Hicks contractions, like, that's fine, but I don't think they're supposed to hurt because people, like, on the internet are saying they're not supposed to hurt and stuff. So, but they were causing, like, contraction-like feelings, basically, is how, like, she explained it. She was like, you need to go home and be drinking water and cranberry juice. And I was like, look, girl, I can't drink cranberry juice. They cause me migraines, okay? She's like, oh, yes, I did not, like, wasn't paying, like, attention to that. And she's like, oh, don't do that then. Okay, just drink water. And I was like, my goodness. So basically my 23 weeks was basically, that's what happened that Wednesday. I told you guys, I would tell you guys what happened at the doctor's appointments. Basically, I got Rocephin shots in my fucking ass, and it hurts so bad. Like, it still hurts. Like, it feels like I got a giant bruise, and it hurts, like, to this day. And that was, like, over a week ago. I'm sorry, I'm looking at it in the mirror, because, like, it hurts. Like, it's not bruised up or nothing, it just hurts. It feels like it has, and it was, like, over a week ago. So, basically, that's what happened. So, basically, I filled out my whole video of this telling you guys what happened. So, I'll post another video, I guess, telling you guys what really happened on the 23 weeks, like the symptoms, how big she was, or I'll just go ahead and go into the 24 weeks. I don't know, but I'll post another video. So, thanks for watching. If you've ever had, like, a crazy, crazy doctor's story or a hospital visit story like that, where you just, because I've never had that happen before. So, if you've ever had something freaky, or not really freaky, but you thought it was freaky, happen, or something strange like that, comment it below, because I would definitely like to hear it, because I think it's kind of funny. Like, I wasn't funny that day. Ew. Ugh, my teeth. They just, like, see that. It's kind of gross. But anyways, like, it wasn't funny whenever it was happening, but I think it's funny now. So if you guys have ever had that happen, comment it below. Be sure to subscribe and like the video. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video, I guess. So, bye!